A third jury is now trying to decide whether a man is guilty of murdering a former teacher from Columbia County. Two juries have convicted William Demagall of killing George Mancini, but both those convictions were reversed.
Tori Wells is in the courtroom today for the closing arguments. Tori, Demagall's attorney says this is basically an insanity case, right?
That's right. The jury has to decide, did William Demagall know what he was doing was wrong at the time? The defense says no, he didn't know. He was delusional and thought he was on a mission from God. But the prosecution says he knew.
Please don't kill me. Those were the last words that George Mancini uttered to the defendant.
William Demagall looked straight ahead as the defense and prosecution made a final plea to jurors, not arguing about whether or not Demagall killed George Mancini, but if he knew it was wrong.
The issue is whether or not we've met the criteria for what's commonly called the insanity defense.
The defense says Demagall didn't know what he was doing, that he had a history of delusions, just escaped from a psychiatric facility, and thought he was on a mission from God.
And that's not disputed, that the first words out of his mouth were, don't worry, John, your hands are clean. God is lighting my way.
Do you believe that your son was in his right mind when this
happened? No, we know he wasn't. My ex-wife and myself struggled to get him into the hospital.
But the prosecution says Demagall didn't say anything about God in his initial statement to police, knew what he was doing, and wasn't driven by a vision.
He says in his own words in this statement that he stabbed him under the right eye because he wanted to mutilate him because I couldn't stand him. It's in here. That's why he did this. I couldn't stand him.
And right now, the jury is still working inside. You can see some people gathering out front of the courthouse. They've taken a slight break, but we're told that the jury will be going back inside. They asked this afternoon to rehear testimony from 3 mental health experts. They've heard the testimony of 1. They're going to listen to the other 2 we're expecting this evening, so it will be a late night for those jurors. We are live in Hudson. Tori Wells, CBS 6 News.